Hey guys, so this is probably going to be a really quick sort of video. Well, not really quick. I tend to make pretty long videos. But I picked up Overwatch back when I was on sale. I picked up the Origin Edition. And yeah, I heard a lot of good things. So I figured, hey, I might as well get it once it's on sale. You know, maybe not get it right away. When it's on sale, I will, though. Because critics agree. Overwatch is a perfect 10 out of 10. I didn't quite buy that. But I figured, hey, I'd give the game a shot. And I've been playing it a bit. And yeah, it's a pretty solid game. It's pretty decent. I've only been playing it for a couple weeks now. And I'm already like level 51, I think. Or 50 or something. So yeah, I've been playing the game quite a bit. It's quite a bit of fun, but is it a perfect 10 out of 10? Definitely not in my books. I'd probably give it like as it stands, probably a 7, because it's a good game, but it doesn't really, for one, I'm not too big on FPS games. Like I'm bigger on the really old games like Quake 2 and Doom and those sorts. The new Doom's also really good though, even though it's a modern game. It captures the same feel. But yeah, there's just something about Overwatch. It feels really casual in terms of an FPS game for one. And this is something I feel a lot when I play Blizzard games. One of the reasons why I'd never played past level 20 in World of Warcraft, and I heard like that's after they ruined Warcraft apparently. Activision did some stupid stuff and like killed the community years back with the Cataclysm expansion, I think. And then Heroes of the Storm was just like a really casual version of League of Legends, and League of Legends is already a casual Dota, and I'm not a fan of Dota. Like Dota's the soup that's too hot, and Heroes of the Storm's the soup that's too cold. But League was perfect. With FPS, I am pretty casual though, so Overwatch probably falls into my range, but still at times it doesn't feel very crisp. Like it's really rough around the edges. The hit detection's kind of wonky with the spaghetti code. And I can't figure out how to mute all. Like that would probably be a good feature for ranked. But honestly, I don't really care that much about the game, about the competitive anyways. I'm just like playing for the wins to get the currency, to get golden weapons, because it takes no skill to farm for gold weapons. You just have to play lots of ranked, and that's the only requirement, which is kind of a downside in my opinion. So yeah, I've been playing a bit of Overwatch instead of League, and I still like League a lot better in terms of the gameplay. I have to draw some comparisons to League and Overwatch, even though they're two completely different genres of games. League of Legends has like 120 characters. Overwatch only has 23 at the moment. And I feel the same balancing problems with the game. People say Overwatch is really balanced. I do not think so. As far as tanks go, I'd say Roadhog, Reinhardt, and Diva are the only viable tanks. I'd say Winston's kind of crappy, and the other one, Zarya, I think her name is. I'd say those two are very weak right now. I might be wrong about Winston, but I'm pretty sure Zarya isn't very strong at the moment. And the meta isn't really that open in Overwatch. You almost always need at least 2 tanks and 2 healers if you're gonna expect to win any Overwatch match. And you can do with 3 tanks and 3 healers if you really wanted to. But if you go like 3 DPS, you're just screwed right off the bat. You're probably going to lose a match because of that team comp. Because tanks are just overwhelmingly like more of a big deal in Overwatch than in League of Legends. In League of Legends, tanks are very strong as well. But the thing with Overwatch, since there's no items, there's no builds or anything like that, like at least Counter-Strike has that going for it, where like you get kills and you buy better weapons and stuff. Overwatch, everyone's on a level playing field regardless of like how many kills they got. So the whole game is basically stand on the objectives and try your best to keep people off, and whichever team's better at doing that will win. And to a degree, I think that's a decent way to do it, but to the same extent, it's not really as satisfying as going in as a Fizz main and just blowing up a whole enemy team, going back, buying your Lich Bane, and then just doing it all over again. And having garbage teammates and being able to just win the match anyways because you carry the game properly. No, Overwatch isn't like that. You'll experience closer to 50% win rate, even if you get like really good at the game. Like if you get really good at the game, like there was this guy who got like a 92% win rate on Roadhog, but other than that, I'd imagine most people would get more closer to 50% win rate on Overwatch than on League or something where you can carry more or tilting is more punishing. You'll go on bigger win streaks and loss streaks on League. Overwatch, I tend to find I win a match and then lose a match and win a match and lose a match and then get a draw because my team throws really hard. And it can be kind of frustrating, but luckily I don't take the game as seriously as I do League. Otherwise I'd probably find it a lot worse. I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 10 if I was really into the competitive, because I don't think the balancing's that great. The matchmaking's horrible, much worse than League, and League is pretty bad with its matchmaking. And the ranked tiers, like, first of all, seasons are way too short. They're like 3 months. That's kind of funny. They're already on season 3 and the game's not even had competitive for a year yet. And, once you get to a certain place, you can never be demoted from it. I'm at silver, like I'm at 1500 elo, I think. And I have a gold emblem because I got placed pretty high, climbed to gold, and dropped down to 1500, which is probably where I'm actually at in terms of skill level. But I'll keep my gold till the end of the season. Like, just getting there for the first time's good enough for the game. And I've had a diamond player in my match. I've had lots of platinum players in my match. Not even match, like, pre-mades, like solo queue. Because they got there and then they just tank their MMR. They tank their rating, and the game doesn't punish you for that. And I think that's kind of dumb. I think that's kind of poor game design. But all in all, decent game. I wish the champions were more balanced. I don't really think there's an excuse not to have the game perfectly balanced when there's only 23 champions. Like League, I can give them some credit because there's 120 champions, and people always find new things with champions that completely flip them. Like a useless champion can become top tier, like overpowered overnight because someone finds a trick that works really well with them or something. Overwatch, it's kind of and it seems like Blizzard's focused on other things as well, because it takes them a while to fix things. Like when I first started, Roadhog was really freaking broken. I think they finally nerfed his hook, so it can't hook around corners now, but used to be able to, and I abused the hell out of that. And I don't think it was fair, but heck, you gotta, I guess that's the meta, just abuse the things that Blizzard hasn't gotten around to fixing yet. Not a big fan of Blizzard games. This is probably my favorite one. Still think it's very overrated. Definitely not worthy of Game of the Year or anything like that. But yeah, that's my quick thoughts on Overwatch. Maybe my opinions will change as I get more experience with the game. But all in all, decent game. I'd recommend it for most people. The SJW stuff either, it doesn't really affect much either. Yeah, outside of the game, there was a lot of pandering and dealing with SJWs and radical feminists and stuff like that. But none of that really comes across in game. There's only like one character who had like alternate race skins. And I think that was Roadhog. He had like he had a couple Hawaiian skins or something where his skin tone's darker. But other than that, I couldn't see any things that they altered. And the game is diverse. Like it's not like white people are omitted, or there's no men in the game, or there's nobody with lean builds. There's Tracer, there's Soldier 47 or whatever. There's plenty of everything for everyone. And, I don't mind it so much, because honestly, the whole SJW pandering thing, I don't even consider it pandering. Like, League of Legends had these types of characters before Overwatch did. Like, League of Legends has Alawi, who's basically Zanya, and who is that other one? Urgot is pretty freaking horrid looking. Much worse than Roadhog, I'd say. Gragas. Gragas is another overweight character in League of Legends. But the thing with League of Legends is people think League of Legends is racist because they have so many more champs, but like a lot of them happen to be white. But League still does have like the same diversity in it. It's just got like a bigger cast and a lot of them happen to be white males. But really, does that affect the game? No, not really. Like, isn't that kind of racist to think that the race of a character affects the quality of the game? But before I get off on a tangent, I guess that's it for the Overwatch talk. I'll try to have a real video done by the end of the week. I'll try and get that Ratchet and Clank video done. But, it's going to be a lot of work, and I have a bit of other things to do in the meantime, too. But anyways, I'll get to it. Hopefully his copyright strike clears up by then. And have a great day, guys.